Hello guys, my name is Christy here with my first video focusing on personal development. I know many of us have set some New Year's resolutions or goals for ourselves for this new year that just rolled by. I'm sure many of us are familiar with that cycle of setting up those New Year's resolutions and goals for ourselves only to find a month or two down the line that we don't even remember the last time we were consistent with our new routine. With these 5 tips that I'm going to present today, I can guarantee this on anything that you can achieve whatever you set for yourself. No matter how high that goal may seem from where you are in life right now, under one condition, you must apply these tips and undoubtedly you'll succeed. If you guys have any further questions, please feel free to message me in the comments. You can also follow me on Instagram. Here we go. Number 1, be specific. Be as specific as possible, guys. I'm tired of hearing people's New Year's resolutions being, oh, this year I want to be more positive, or this year I want to be healthier. Now that's not a goal. What's a dream without a plan? I'm sure you guys have heard that before. It's just a dream. So if you want to make it a plan, let's make this specific. So here's an example. If you want to be healthy, obviously you have to do healthy things. So let's be specific about those healthy things that we want to do.
Now, here we start off with this very general statement. I want to be more healthy. So what's wrong with that? It's very vague, it's very general. You really need to think about what habits you need to adopt in order to meet your goal. This can help a lot more with being specific. So here's a more specific example. I want to go to the gym more often and eat more fruits and veggies. Now, these are the habits that we want in order to be more healthy. So this is a little better, but what's actually more acceptable is an actual plan so that we can adopt these habits to become more healthy. And so the best way that we can make this specific is by saying, here, I want to eat 3 fruit and vegetable centered meals per week and go to the gym 3 times per week for 1 hour. And so now we have an actual plan that we can see and commit to in order to get those results. Now, it helps a lot to achieve something when you actually know what needs to be done to get there.
Now, obviously, that's just an example. Feel free to tweak it to your needs. But if you see what I'm saying here, it's actually a plan to get to where you want to go. Let's try another example.
Now, wouldn't it be nice to travel? I know many people want that. But we don't daydream over here, okay? Now, let's make a plan in order to travel. People tend to use money as an excuse. Now, that's not a good excuse at all. All it is poor planning. So, in order to plan to travel, let's make a better goal. And so, what's more specific is here, I want to save up $1,000 to travel in the next 6 months. Now, $1,000 might seem like a lot of money right now, but we just need a more specific plan. And so, a more specific plan for this would be I want to deduct 10% per paycheck to save for a vacation in 6 months. Remember, this is an example, so you can specify this method of saving your money to fit your current budget, but you can definitely travel if you make an effort to budget out money for a vacation little by little, even if that may mean sacrificing some concert tickets or the latest styles of the season. The sacrifices you may want to make really depends on the strength of your desire to meet your goals.
Remember the plan that you made for your goals as a rough draft. You will make mistakes. Things won't be perfect the way you planned. Which brings me on to my second tip. If you fail, try again. The idea of achieving goals is nice. You get excited about what's to come. You're excited about making a fresh new routine and changing up in your life. And then the difficulties come after the excitement. The things you thought would work end up not working for you. what do you do then? Usually, the average person would quit. What you should do is change and revise your plan. Now, this is a crucial tip. You must change and revise as you go. So, if you fail on an assignment in your class, you're likely still in that class and you can work towards rebuilding that grade. If you end up failing a class, you're able to take that class again. You get another shot. If you get written up at your job, you're likely going to have a few more chances before it leads to any disciplinary action. So what I'm trying to say here is your failure does not cancel your assignment. If what you were doing before was not bringing about the results that you desire, then that just means that you have to figure out what it is that you were doing wrong and revise it into a plan that will finally work for you. Now, this might take a few tries, multiple tries, but if you fail at regular things in life, why not fail at what you want until you succeed? That makes more sense, doesn't it? I'm sure some of you watching have jobs or have worked before, and so I'm sure many of you have done something like a peer review. A peer review is basically where they sit you down and they have you evaluate yourself, and then your manager, your shift leader, will evaluate the job that you've done as well. You will get to analyze and discuss that with your manager to see what you can do to improve your job. Let's try to take that and apply it to ourselves. That could actually be really helpful for personal growth and meeting your personal goals. So now this is going to take a lot of honesty with yourself. Everything is on you.
What I use to keep track of my goals is this planner that I got from TJ Maxx. It comes with a goal tracker, but I call it a habit tracker. And I write down the habits that I need to adopt in order to reach my goals, and I check in the square for each day that I accomplish my habits. You can easily write down and track your goals on notebook paper. What you want to do is a weekly check-in with yourself. Review your accomplishments and failures for the week. Think about what you can improve based off of what you have reviewed.
So with my goals that I've made for myself, I created a specific plan and I use my habit tracker to track the habits that I have made for myself. And at the end of the week, I sit down with myself, I review the habits that I've taken and the results of those habits. Are they working for me? Are they not? And I will make my specific adjustments based off of what is working. If I realize what I'm doing is not reaping beneficial results, then I will either eliminate that or analyze why what I'm doing is not working out and think of a better plan. When working on achieving your personal goals and building yourself, you have to be able to envision yourself already there. Imagine, how will you feel once you've achieved your goal? How independent will you feel once you open that business that you've been dreaming of opening and you're finally running it and business is booming? How confident will you feel months down the line when you have that body that you've been working so hard towards? You must be able to recreate that situation for yourself every single day. It ignites that fire in you. It ignites that excitement in you that you've had since the beginning of creating those goals for yourself. You must be able to ignite that fire within you, or else it will go down and it will die out. And you will begin to lose sight of what you're working towards and why. You want to be in a better place, but it's very tough to imagine yourself there through the tough times, which is why you must do this every single day so that fire grows and grows. Now this is key. I'm sure some of you out there have heard about a vision board. The traditional type is a poster board. On that poster board you would post pictures and also quotes or words that you would like to manifest in your life and create for yourself, things that you would like to have in the future. A vision board would be placed somewhere that you can take a look at in the morning upon waking up or at night before going to bed. As you look at this vision board, you are reminded of the things that you want to manifest in your life, and it ignites that fire in you to fuel you, push you through those tough times that you will go through on the journey to reaching your goals. Literally, allow yourself to dream big. Dream so big that they become bigger than your fears. Tip number 4, put out the old and bring in the new. When you're working on developing yourself, you're elevating onto bigger and better, newer things in your life. So Sarah Jakes Roberts, she is a motivational speaker and a successful author. And she made a really good analogy to this. We're around that time of winter now where it's about to be spring. So when you go to the retail stores, you're going to see that there are new clothes for the spring. And they're all nice, the bright and pretty colors, all neat and tucked away. On the other side are the winter coats and the long sleeves and the heavy jeans. They're all on markdown, 50% off, 60% off. They're every which way on those sales racks, just thrown any kind of way for people to just grab at and check out. They're trying to get rid of that stuff quick. They know that the clothing of the past is not going to get them any further. It's a new season. It's time to get moving, put their thinking cap on, and come out with new creations. It's springtime. This is the same thing that you have to apply to yourself. For example, someone who's working on cutting out meat from their life and working on becoming a vegan for health reasons might be having a hard time because of their love for steak and red meat. Another example is someone who's wanting to start a business and they're just afraid of not receiving that support. They're thinking of that judgment from their family or friends. Their idea is gonna flop some way, somehow. And so what you see in those two situations are an attachment with your current situation. You're not so willing to let go of those habits that you have that you're currently comfortable with. Yeah, the red meat tastes really good, but it's not gonna match up with what you want in the future. You have to eliminate that habit in order to be able to transition into getting new things into your life. If you're constantly seeking the comfort and approval of your friends and your family and people out there, you're never gonna create any room for yourself to grow. So don't question why you're in the same place months down the line in 2019. Whenever your body is craving to revert back to your old ways and old habits, you are going to have to be mindful of that and understand, because you're craving something that feels good and you're comfortable with, is it really good for you? Is it really good for your advancement? Can you take this habit with you to the next level that you're trying to reach? Usually the answer is no. Win the battle against yourself, and it's going to be a process. It's going to take some time. But what's a breakthrough without something to break through? Moving on to our final tip, number 5. Collaboration is key. Now, please think for me a little bit about the past 7 days of your life. Now, have you had any meaningful conversations as a group? With any associates or friends, as far as personal development and growth, all things positive. If most of your conversations about yesterday's game, the recent Grammy Awards, the latest celebrity gossip, and it's nothing to really improve your personal development or your development as a whole together, then you need to be changing the types of conversations you're having. Keep in mind, those who talk a lot don't do too much of other things. Try to surround yourself around doers, go-getters. Surround yourself around people who want more out of life. And you will begin to feel yourself adopt those healthy habits that you need and that are crucial to your advancement. For example, a person who goes to a personal trainer while they're first learning to get into the groove of exercising and health and wellness, they're going to see much more results, much more rapid results with that personal trainer than if they were to try and do that on their own. The person who has that personal trainer is able to work with that person face to face. They're going to be able to talk more about their developmental habits. They will also be able to learn new tips from that personal trainer and adopt those healthy habits that will lead to their success. You can definitely make your goals a collaborative effort. There's usually going to be many people out there who are already doing what you want to do, or they're also working towards what you want to work towards, and they're like-minded, they're positive, they're hardworking. A lot of people don't even know what's out there because they're not looking ahead. They're not looking above themselves. Look at the people who are being successful and follow their ways. Learn from them. Build healthy relationships that can also drive you to meet your goals. You could do this by joining networking events. I know Facebook has plenty of networking events in your area. So check that out, guys. For those very few of you who might not have a networking event near you or anything going on at the time, reading books is key. I know reading books is not as popular today, but the most successful people read books. Millionaires read books. Reading books can expand your mind into so many different areas that you've never thought of before. Personally, I've read a few self-help books that have helped me to actually be able to bring some of this information to you. So if you guys have any questions about books, want any suggestions, definitely ask me. I can give you some book suggestions. Also, if any of you out there have any suggestions for me, I'm all ears. I'm open to learning. The relationships that you have with people can be the most meaningful thing ever. There's always something that you can learn from other people that you meet and talk to. You can't make it in this world alone. You're going to have to find yourself being collaborative with other people in order to make things better for yourself and for others. So my challenge for you guys is to go out there, form some new connections, go to a networking event, check out a book from the library or buy one from Barnes & Noble. Learn something new from another person. Take that information with you and apply it to yourself. Those are my 5 tips on how you can make sure that you're actually reaching your New Year's goals this year or whatever goals that you're setting from here on out, guys. I appreciate you watching my video. Love you guys. Thank you so much and stay tuned for another video. I'll be keeping you guys updated. Bye-bye.